Welcome back. After the Miami-Dade College trustees voted a second time to transfer the land, I spoke to Marvin Dunn to get his reaction.
It was not a surprise at all, Jim. And it was the most incredibly different meeting I've ever been in. I've never been in a public hearing like that, where we were given 3 minutes to speak. They listened to the public for about 3 hours. Then each member of the trust who was present spoke in favor of the item, and then they voted. There was not one moment of discussion among them about anything that was said in that room. It was as if we didn't even show up. No discussion among them about what we said. So it was a waste of time, clearly done to avoid the lawsuit, which was not successful because the lawsuit will proceed.
So explain that to me. Why is the lawsuit proceeding? What are the next steps that you want to take?
We're going to court. The trial is set for August. They will try to have it thrown out. We will oppose that because just because you try to correct breaking the law, you still broke it the first time. So they still have to account for the fact that back in September or earlier, they still broke the Sunshine Law. So we will proceed with depositions and discovery based upon what they did back in the summer. Yesterday's meeting didn't fix that.
Now, I know that the is the idea that the lawsuit would overturn the vote or merely hold them accountable for their failures to comply with the Sunshine Law at the first meeting?
That is what we were looking for. Their failure to follow the law the first time around. Exactly. And even if they were able to get the land given to the state, I will file another lawsuit to prevent the state from taking it over and giving it to Trump. There must be a law in Florida law that prevents one politician from taking public land and giving it to another politician for free and no benefit to the state. So we're going to look into the legality of DeSantis even giving this property to the Trump library, even if he got it.
Now, the argument is that your opposition is purely political. That your opposition to this is because of your animus towards Donald Trump, and that if this was anyone else, you wouldn't be carrying this forward. And I heard Robert Alonzo and others make that argument during the meeting, basically saying that it were Democrats that were coming out to oppose it. What's your response?
I would be opposed to giving that land to Obama if he had the nerve to ask for it. No president should be given public land for political purposes. So it is not about Trump in that respect. It's about giving away our land, our children's land, to a politician. I'm opposed to any president having that land for free, including Obama.
One of the issues that I tried to raise with Robert Alonzo was the question of why not get certain guarantees. I can see the benefit of having a presidential library attached to Miami-Dade College. I could even perhaps understand donating the land if you saw benefit on the other side that was guaranteed. You know, for instance, if there were specific programs that were going to include students, if there was classroom space that was going to be part of the structure. But it seems as if the idea was we'll transfer the land back to the state to give to the Trump Foundation, and then we'll work out the details later. That just seems backward to me.
That's correct. And before the meeting yesterday, there was no discussion at all about getting anything back from the state. People need to understand, too, what the Trump Presidential Foundation is. It's 3 people. It's Eric Trump, his wife, Laura, and some law dude that we don't even know anything about. Those are the folks who are getting this land, those 3 people. That's the Presidential Foundation for the Trump Library. So it doesn't matter to me who the politician is. No politician should get land that belongs to our children.
It seems to me that because there are no guardrails on what can be built there, that you could have a presidential library, but you could have a presidential library that also has a hotel and condominiums and restaurants.
Eric Trump has told us, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but Eric Trump has told us what's going to go there. He says that they're going to put up an iconic building on Biscayne Boulevard, an iconic structure on Biscayne Boulevard. They're going to put up condominiums, luxury condominiums on that property that will bring millions of dollars to the Trump family. That property's commercial value may be as much as $300 million. That's what they're getting. That's what the Trump family is getting under the guise of a library. I don't doubt they'll have some place for books and a few artifacts from the Trump era, but this is a commercial venture for the Trump family. And people should know that. The use of the word library is a ruse for the Trump family to make millions of dollars on land that belongs to our kids.
I don't want to go too far afield here, but I feel I should ask you a question about just something that the president said yesterday and his view of immigration. And we know his views when it came to Haitians. Not only has he taken away temporary protective status, but the way he speaks about Haitians as you know, the way he did during the campaign.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in, they're eating the cats.
And then this week, during his final cabinet meeting, he went on a rant about Somalis in the United States.
They contribute nothing. I don't want them in our country, I'll be honest with you, okay? Somebody would say, oh, that's not politically correct. I don't care. I don't want them in our country. Their country's no good for a reason. Their country stinks, and we don't want them in our country. I could say that about other countries, too. I can say it about other countries, too. And we're going to go the wrong way if we keep taking in garbage into our country.
When you hear the president speak that way, what are your thoughts?
He's a racist. These are racist views, and he reflects them very, very directly in saying those kinds of things. It's the same as his comment about these people being vermin, about immigrants being vermin. It's a very, very deplorable, sad, angering comment coming from this president, but not surprising.
And again, you know, I understand that you said you would oppose this even if Obama asked for the land for free, but is there something about Donald Trump having his presidential library in a city of immigrants next to the Freedom Tower that you also find offensive, that you're opposing, or does that have nothing to do with it?
It does have something to do with it. It's perverse to put that building, that proposed building, next to the Freedom Tower, which means a lot to our Cuban American community, is an insult to the history of that community. Here you have a president who has been the most violent in resisting immigration and in punishing new arrivals in our country. To now put that building next to the Freedom Tower is an insult to the Cuban American community, and I think some of them are coming around to that view.
We will continue to follow this story. Well, that's all the time we have today. If you have any thoughts or comments, feel free to contact me at jdefeaty@cbs.com. Oh, I do enjoy hearing from you. Thanks again for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day.